Brought to you by Christine Donnelly. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Episode 87.
Lucky 87.
That's what they all say.
And we're doing it on the couch.
Yeah, rare couch episode. Sorry if this is making noise. I'm just trying to
Get your heads out of the gutter, everybody.
get my
This
thing
is
up a little bit. Here we go.
PG podcast.
What do you mean? Because we're on the couch?
I said we're doing it on the couch.
Oh, get your head out of the gutter, maybe. I didn't even think of that. But yeah, we're on our way to 100 episodes.
Chugging along.
Chugging along. It's cool. I'm glad we gave such like a lengthy goal. 100 episodes. It's like it's been years. It didn't feel like that crazy. But okay, one thing I do want to say, we solved it. We figured it out. If you watched our episode with Julia Brown, downtown Julia Brown, we were saying, man, be great if there was a website called like justthegoddamnrecipe.com, because when you look up a recipe online,
A lot of fluff.
it's all fluff. You got to scroll past the fucking stories about
There's
their
always
grandma.
the pop-up ads. There's just too much.
There's way too much. We figured it out. It's called Chat GPT, baby. That's right. It's a free. This is like an ad for Chat GPT. I feel like
Seriously.
Steve-O.
You're like promoting the robots.
That's right. You download the app for free. Next time you want a recipe, you just type in marinara sauce homemade recipe or fucking vegan taco recipe. Whatever you want. You're going to get a list of ingredients. You're going to get a list of instructions, and that is it.
I'm pretty sure you can also like say, I have these ingredients. What should I make?
I bet you can.
Because it'll just search, which I guess you could Google it, but it's faster. It types out everything. It's nice.
It's so great. Sorry, this is just a little loud. A little noisy, this fella. You gotta tighten that. Sorry. Here, wait. Let me help you.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna raise it up so that it's more. You don't have to hold it up. It's a little wobbly. I don't like that. Don't like the wobbles.
We also had a technical issue on our last episode.
Two
we should apologize.
episodes.
Two episodes.
Two episodes ago, yeah.
We were only in one ear, like an annoying mosquito.
I know, and
we
it was
apologize.
It was so funny because it was an episode about how I talked a lot about how I wanted to improve the quality of the sound, and then I ended up
better luck next time.
exporting it right ear only.
Sometimes things go wrong.
Yes,
We're not robots.
No, we're not. Okay, so we had a little debate, kind of not really a debate, but I've been going to the gym in the mornings, and I come home and I make a smoothie. And I love putting peanut butter in my smoothie. And you told me, how do you feel about the peanut butter in the smoothie?
I love peanut butter. I just think you don't understand what a serving size of peanut butter is. And I just want you to know, as you're trying so hard to focus on your health, that there's a lot of sugar and fat. Just keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm here to let you know that Charlie Kriebel, the sexy, fit man, he's like, no, a scoop of peanut butter is fine. Fat is good. You need fat.
I understand. I'm not anti-fat.
And he's like, it's probably not even got that much sugar. He said, he does peanut butter in his shakes, but he's using like Skippy, which is like full of sugar.
Well, that's full of other like PFAS and stuff too. You don't want Jiffy.
All sorts of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And look how high he is.
You pick your battles. We don't need to continue this conversation here. You just look at him bringing our dirty laundry here. To the
I just thought,
podcast.
I just thought it'd be a nice conversation. All right. So that's 1 point for me.
I eat peanut butter. I used to literally eat it as a food group, like a spoonful of peanut butter nightly growing up. But I was also like a skinny child, and I was playing soccer, burning through so many calories. So my dad was trying to do that, and I didn't like meat, so it was like protein. But anyways, it's not like the cleanest, simplest protein. I'm just saying, because you're like going to the gym and trying to be healthy, and I see you do like you crush a can of peanut butter like weekly.
No, not that much.
You're burning through it. You're burning the midnight oil.
I appreciate you checking me, because unchecked, I'm like capitalism unregulated. Like I'll just go crazy.
It's amazing.
Monopolize
it's peanut butter.
the peanut
We're
butter.
American after all. I think it's interesting. Our Argentinian friends really don't don't get peanut butter, don't understand it.
Peanut butter doesn't even exist outside the United States.
Well, right,
barely.
but then they're like, they've had it and they're still not like enlightened, coming to the bright side.
No, they prefer dulce de leche, which I know you like. I don't even think it's that good. I'm not a fan
I don't
of dulce.
prefer that over peanut butter. Peanut butter is, I get it. I get its appeal. I get it.
For sure.
I get.
Well, in a smoothie, it makes it creamier and just, it really ties it together. It really ties the room together.
Yeah. Another thing he does wrong with his smoothies, folks.
Here we go.
It's like undrinkable. You make it so thick. It's like you need to chew it, which I get it. Sometimes you got to chew a little in your smoothie, but it's like sludge.
Yeah, I do make it a little too thick. It's because I'm trying to get so much in there. So usually the first few sips are like bites. The first sips are bites.
I don't love that.
And then I add water and I shake it up and now it's a little watered down. And by the end, I've added water, I've shook it up and I got everything
I don't
out.
like the watered down version. I don't like the sludge. I think it should be made just perfectly drinkable that first time and then you're done with your smoothie. You don't need to rinse it out and repeat. It's like, I don't know. We're bringing different smoothie game.
Yeah, different smoothie. When I make a smoothie, when I'm like, I'm going to make a smoothie, I'm like, do you want smoothie? Because that's going to change a lot.
Myself. I have to literally be like, all right, am I ready to sludge?
I have to brace myself. I have to censor myself.
I know you do. You really limit your creativity.
Yeah.
I know, you just garbage. You just throw it all in. I don't roll like that. I'm like
spinach, kale.
No, for me, I'm making a smoothie. It's about taste. It's like a color that's going to be beautiful and exciting for me to drink. I don't want this brown stuff that you pop out. It's like not appealing to me. I want it to be
that's the peanut butter.
Yeah, you know me. I got my fancy like food pigment powders. I'm always like trying to make it like, visually appealing.
Were you nervous when Maddie asked for some smoothie? That like, oh boy, Paul's gonna fucking embarrass me giving some smoothie.
Did I prep? I didn't give her a warning, did I?
No, you didn't. And she said, "This tastes really good. What is in this?" And I said,
"It was a good smoothie.
Everything.
It was a good one." But I mean, a lot of raspberry seeds.
Yeah, raspberry seeds for sure.
Hard to get rid of them, but I wouldn't normally put them in a smoothie personally because they're annoying.
It's because I get that frozen berry mix from Trader Joe's, and then lately I was buying spinach and putting spinach in. Now I get the frozen spinach. It's so great. It keeps my smoothie cool, putting something frozen in there, and like I'm not worried about if I'm only using the spinach for the smoothie, keep it in the freezer.
Yep, it's more nutritious that way.
More nutritious, and that's all I'm trying to do.
Not
is get the
let it go bad that way. I know you are.
I love the nooch. What else is going on with us, man? We turn on the TV every single day, hoping there's a new episode of the challenge, and it's
been so long since I've been invested in that. It feels good.
I'm new. I've never watched the challenge in my life.
They have a good formula. They have figured out how to really beef up the competition. Minimal drama, I think you pointed out. It's like all the drama is really based on the competition and less somewhat.
Well, like there's
about,
drama
like,
sort of
interpersonal stuff.
Yeah. It's not like, fuck you, you called me this. It's like, just to win the show, you have to play certain political games. So like the drama, they built drama into the show in like a strategic way. It's part of the strategy. Like the drama or pretending there's drama when there's not, or pretending you don't know what's going on. And it's like, I like it. I really like it. It's a reality show that I support and I love. And I'm team Johnny Bananas. No,
no, he's on my squad.
That's right.
We wagered on the winner.
So yeah, we love with like The Bachelorette.
Why not?
Or these things like even Alone. Like first episode, Alone's tough because they don't even show you everybody necessarily first episode. Yeah. They don't say like, here's everybody.
It's tricky.
But we like to like first episode, make a guess. We do it with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette sometimes, and we did it for the challenge. So your guy and girl were who?
Johnny Bananas, just because I felt like, who am I to go against his legend, really? Yeah. And then, what's her face? I don't know. Some other girl.
What is her fucking face? She's still in it?
She's still around. Kelsey or something?
Isn't it Tori?
Tori,
who was like she's an OG as well.
Another OG, yep.
And then mine was Wes, who's an OG, who I actually recognized from The Real World when he was on it, right? He was like
New Orleans season of Real World. No, he wasn't in Hawaii. He was a little bit.
That was the first season? I thought it started in like Chicago or Atlanta or something.
I'm pretty sure Hawaii was one of the first ones. But I think he was, I don't even know.
Anyway, I recognize him, and then I chose the hot black girl. What's her name?
Why
Stephanie or something? Anyway,
not sure.
The hot black girl. But she's strong and hot.
Her name's Desi.
Desi, yeah. So anyway, and they're both still in it, and yeah, we're just living for it.
You're living for it. I was not about to bring it up. You know what I'm waiting for, people? I'm really waiting for Wrexham to come back.
The documentary, yeah.
Docu-series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yes.
So excited. What else has been so good?
We binged The Bear. We had COVID.
It's true. We got COVID again.
We did it again. We thought, why not? One more. Let's do another one.
Yeah, it was actually very unpleasant as it was the first time around.
For me, it was
pretty sick.
Yeah. I got a little sick too.
You were burning up. You were like feverish for 3 days.
Yeah, and I was like, I was achy. My muscles were so achy.
Yeah, my head, that one, I had 2 days of headaches that were like just terrible.
But we binge watched The Bear, which is a show you had seen and were waiting for me to watch, and I have just heard so much about. And it's one of those shows, you're like, I believe everybody that it's good, but I don't know. I just don't care.
I feel like you resist shows like that, and I knew if I just kept recommending it to you, you would keep not watching. So I had to recommit. I did the same thing with 1924 and 1884, or whatever the hell years
I think you got them right.
For the first time ever, I got the years
What, like
right.
I'm never gonna watch it unless we watch it together.
Right, so I rewatched them with you. I wasn't mad though, and I'm dying for 1924 or whatever to come back.
Oh, right, because they left it hanging.
Mm-hmm, very much.
Is the strike fucking with that?
I'm sure. It's not supposed to be out until well into 2024.
Oh.
Maybe. So
then probably the strikes. But
I'm not sure.
They probably thought they were going to be shooting it now, but the strike is fucking with them. Yeah, I was talking to a buddy today who's like a little more legitimately in the industry. I'm like so illegitimate, I don't even notice a strike. Like my life is the same. But he was like, yeah, man, it's tough with this strike. And he was like, they're saying September, hoping they'll resolve things by September. But like probably it'll be more like October. And if it pushes into November, like I don't know if people realize this, come Thanksgiving, Hollywood shuts down. From Thanksgiving through New Year's. Agents are on vacation. They're with their family. Like, you cannot get a meeting. You're not going to sell a show from Thanksgiving to New Year's. Like, it's over. It's the holiday season. It's a ghost town. At least, like, the industry is a ghost town. So, if they don't resolve before Thanksgiving, it's definitely carrying into the new year.
I don't like the sound of that. I hope they can fucking show us the money.
Show me the show. And show us the money.
We need our shows. We need our programs.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to be pacified. I've been skipping the news.
Hey, let's trade microphones. Sorry. This thing, I'm
trying to be happier by skipping the news. Do you think it's working?
Yeah.
Good.
I think you haven't been too stressed out.
Like impending doom or the climate emergency.
I mean, we've talked about things a little bit, but not too bad.
That's good. I don't want to get into all that, but yeah, we need our programs. That's all we have.
That's all we have here.
All we have is our stories.
I gotta hear my stories.
I'm rewatching Gilmore Girls. I didn't think I was the type of person. I know it is a long 7 season. Plus, there's other things that have happened since then that I never cared to watch, and now I'm just plucking my way through.
What do you mean other things about the Gilmore Girls?
There's I don't know, some follow-up show in like recent years that I didn't know existed. And now, I'm just going in. But it's funny because they always say if you're like an anxious person, you tend to rewatch shows because you just are happy that you know the ending and it's all familiar and like peaceful. Mm-hmm. Which I guess I do with Seinfeld, but...
For sure.
Yeah, turns out I do it with Gilmore Girls too, going back in.
It's funny, we were saying like there's so many people who have small roles in that have gone on to do things. The one guy who's like weird, has like a long neck, he's like in the Avengers movies and stuff. He's in all the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. He has a pretty big role. Melissa McCarthy is in it.
Sure.
She's since huge star. But the two main girls, Nothing. They've done nothing other than being in that, I feel like. Especially that Rory girl.
I like to picture that they're still there.
Ah.
In their small town.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they're just like, you know, there was enough money and they were like chilling. Like, I hope Rory Gilmore is chilling.
I hope so too. I mean, she's not working. Nobody's really working.
She ain't working. Well, ain't nobody working right now.
Nobody working around here.
But she's kind of a weird character. It's like she's weird.
Well, the show is like very inappropriate in a lot of ways. It did not age well. There's a lot of problematic characters and moments on the show for sure. Just, I don't know. The waspiness of the parents is really intense. I mean, they're literally fighting like the entire show. It never gets off the gas, and it's just like, that's annoying. And some of the things, like just their elitism and things, is annoying.
But they're supposed to be annoying, even in that show.
Lorelai, I've been hearing a lot of like fat comments. There's a lot of fat phobia. There's a lot of things that didn't age well.
What, from her? She's
just like making like jokes. Fat people? Yeah, making jokes.
The jokes about the fat
and like,
people.
You know, expressing sort of general horror of gaining weight and just not great things.
Calling people retards. Heard some of that.
Yeah, they dropped the R word.
Which, I mean, you go back a certain amount of years, every movie had at least one, you know, like somebody calls somebody, some high school kid goes like, whatever you.
It feels so jarring now to hear it.
Yeah, you really notice it.
Yeah, it really sticks out.
Really sticks out. We were watching Godzilla, like with Matthew Broderick. You remember that movie? Mm-hmm. And like the newscaster lady's like, she's like, I'm going in or whatever. She like runs away and her cameraman's just like, and it's like such a serious moment. He's like, what are you, retarded? And like, I was like, oh my God. Yeah, like it like takes you out of the moment, really.
Yeah.
So anyway.
It's a real time stamper.
Yeah. We've been listening to the Beatles, which has been cool. So we've got the Beatles like Red and Blue record, you know, which was like, these are like kind of compilation albums.
JoJo?
No, Aunt Di. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
My Aunt Diane.
Excuse me, Diane.
This is from her collection that I raided. She let me raid. But yeah, the old Beatles.
Got it.
I honestly didn't. I mean, I knew this isn't like, I'm not, you know, breaking a story here, but like, you know, I always kind of took for granted, like, I Want to Hold Your Hand and all that stuff, Hard Day's Night. And it was more like the White Album was like the cool shit, you know, the like, you know, like side 2 of Abbey Road and like the more creative stuff, like, oh, that's the Beatles. But when we were listening to the like original Beatles songs, you know, the first ones that came out, kind of struck me like, when this came out, they hadn't heard Abbey Road. They didn't hear Sgt. Pepper. Like, these are the songs. When they heard that, people went fucking nuts. Like that, those are the songs that changed the world.
It's lovely. It's
not the Abbey Road songs. It's like A Hard Day's Night, like shocked, like had kids like, like losing their fucking minds. It was for that. It was for those fucking songs.
I get it. It's lovely.
Yeah, they're really good songs.
I didn't really grow up on the Beatles. I never had that like deep. I feel like a lot of people inherit the love of the Beatles from their parents, and mine didn't really care too much about them.
What did you inherit musically?
Not a lot, honestly. My parents were not like very musical people. I guess. I don't know. It's different. So my dad was always into like Motown and like some of the classic oldies and things. And he would show me like some older bands like Led Zeppelin or Steve Miller Band, like some of those bands from, I guess, the 70s, but not a big Beatles fan. Uh-oh.
Somebody died?
I hear death.
One of these just died.
Do we just keep going?
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
I hope I still have access to my good side. And my mom, she listens to a more eclectic sense, I guess, of music. But depends. A lot of boat music, I feel like. A lot of yacht rock in my mom's life. But also better stuff. Like, not all yacht rock. Because I dislike yacht rock as
I like
genre.
yacht rock. I put on Doobie Brothers the other day. Christine's like, what the fuck?
I wasn't feeling it. I don't care for that. I don't. I think it's it feels gimmicky to me. It feels like a car salesman's made music or something. Like I don't jive with it. And maybe if I was on a yacht, I'd have a better attitude, but until then I stand by that statement.
Your instincts aren't terrible. Basically, yacht rock is white people playing R&B, like white people trying to do black music. Kinda. That's kind of what it is, which is, I mean, it's also, that's kind of what the Beatles did too, but just way better, you know,
there's
and in a different way.
Elvis, I mean, there's a lot of.
Sure. It's what everyone's doing. We're all just trying to be cool like black people, you know, but
there's been a lot of that.
But yeah, you know, like yacht rock is really like just white people trying to play like a black music, like R&B, you know, but I think some of them do really good at it. Some of them don't.
I'm sure there's songs in that genre that I would be like, oh, I forgot about this song. It's great. It's good. It's at least good. It'll probably get like at least a C, I'd say. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be giving out a lot of A's. I can tell you that.
Would have to grade that on a curve.
And I'm grading, you're failing. Michael McDonald, I see you. It's like, yeah, I just can't. And what's the scene, I think, in 40-Year-Old Virgin when it's just like playing on loop and all the TVs in the TV shop?
Yeah,
it's like so.
The live Michael McDonald show.
It's just that hits for me because I hate that music, and that job, just like hearing that all the time, would probably be my nightmare.
Yeah.
Personal nightmare. Yeah. It's so fun when people like know your bands and know, obviously everybody knows the Beatles and stuff, but like even the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, my favorite band, most people know that about me. I feel like it's like a part of my identity. And the other day I was out about actually getting a COVID test, and this guy like commented on my shirt and we started a conversation, and it just felt nice. I was like, oh, you know them? Like I had to make sure he wasn't just liking the design of my shirt, because it's not, you know, it says like cool it down or something. It doesn't say like yeah, yeah, yeah. So I had to make sure.
Right. Or maybe he was just flirting with you.
He wasn't giving that vibe, but you know, but then it was like, okay, he sees me, he knows them. And then we were like both at the last Yeah, Yeah, Yeah show. And I was like, okay, you're cool. You're cool. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I totally get you.
The more obscure, the better, obviously. Like if you have, you know, this rare love, this deep love for a band, and somebody knows it, it's just, it's good. It's a good little sign right there. Green flag.
We got new homies in Argentina. They're in a band called Pacifica. They're the two girls that Maya's always hanging out with. Probably you've seen them on stuff. Anyway, you'd love them. They're so cool. They're so awesome. Shout out to Pacifica. Dope band. Check them out everywhere. But they love the Strokes. And like, the Strokes is like, that's like my band, you know? Like, if anyone asks me my favorite band, I say the Strokes.
I mean, even my 3-year-old nephew knows that.
Right. And so, anyway, we just like bonded over talking about the Strokes and like how good the Strokes are and like Strokes songs and stuff. But then I kind of realized, like, you know, they're younger than me. They're like maybe 15 years younger than me. Pacifica. And so like I was just trying to wrap my head around, you know, because I'm like, this is my band when I was 15, you know, like, and so it's kind of like me when I was a teenager being really into like Motley Crue, you know,
still Yeah Yeah Yeahs for me.
But what I'm saying is like, it was like the Strokes are like a classic rock band now, you know, like they're like, yeah, like we love that. We love the old stuff, you know, it's like,
it was like when I was like, oh, I love Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd,
I love Cyndi Lauper or something. And then like, someone would be like, oh, David Led Zeppelin. Like, man, I remember when I was in high school when Led Zeppelin came out, you know, and like, I was there. I was on that side of the conversation, which I wasn't used to. Awesome.
You love getting old.
I love getting old. I love feeling old.
I love getting old too. So far at least, it's been good.
I mean, how good is life? Like, even just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just no one can really say shit to you. I was walking across the street, and I know teenagers can be a little pretty brazen as well. But the other day I was walking, and you know me, like, I don't care if the thing says walk. If they got red lights, it's my turn. Like, I you know, I don't need that thing to tell me. I know when to go. So there's a guy trying to turn right, and I just start walking and he's got to like stop. And then he points that it says no. And I was just like, trust me, it's cool. It's all good. I was like, it's cool. It's good. And then he's like,
really.
He's like, you're not supposed to even walk right now. And I was like, and then it changed to walk. And I was like, look at that. See? It's okay. And anyway, I just felt like, you know, what's this guy gonna do? Yell at me? You know, like I'm a fucking adult. It just feels good being an adult.
Sure. As my dad would say, it doesn't matter whose turn it is if you're dead.
Well, I mean, I sort of stepped out. The guy stopped. Like I make eye contact with cars. I don't just walk in front of them.
Yeah, you got to be careful, obviously. You have to like act defensively because people actually, before I stopped reading the news, I read about how not even just hit and runs, but fatalities of pedestrians was like through the roof and was really high last year, like the most it's ever been, basically. So, and we were talking about it. There's something about the way, there's probably more distracted drivers, and road rage, I think, was part of it. But then also the way they're building trucks, so that they're basically taller and hitting people. There's more blind spots for the drivers, and then they're also like hitting people at higher points in their bodies, aka internal organs are more at risk. Problematic stuff.
Problematic.
So you got to be on the defense. You got to look around. You got to look up. I definitely didn't do that a lot today. I was walking around on my phone and people were looking at me, and then I felt like, oh yeah, I should probably put it down.
I always try to get. I want that eye contact.
That's more of a note to myself than anyone else.
I'm sure I've told this story, but our buddy Nelson, who's been on the show, you know, Nelson stuff. He had a thing in college. He's like, I'm not listening to machines anymore. Machines aren't in charge of me. So he would get to a crosswalk and he would just, this is, that's kind of how he would be.
I don't think that's not how I remember him looking, but okay.
When he would get all, that's right. And he, so he would just walk across the street, you know, whether it said walk or not. Machines are in charge of him. And then he got hit by a car.
Yeah, that's kind of how I saw that going.
I think that's what happened. Maybe I'm misremembering that. But yeah, it's just kind of, you got to get the eye contact.
Yeah, got to make sure people know.
I mean, one of my biggest fears is hitting someone with my car. I'd rather get hit by a car than hit somebody with my car.
I think same. Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Like, yeah. Oof. I don't know if I could live with that.
It blows my mind. I was kind of realizing that, like, you know, statistically, I think driving's the most dangerous thing we do. We do it like without thinking, right? We're always distracted. We like don't really care to realize the sheer power of it. And then like thinking about the fact that most people have to drive to work. Excuse me. These motherfuckers are really just asking you to risk your life every day to go to a job. Like that's the system we have. Every day you should risk your life to make money. That's what they're telling us.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
I don't love it either.
I think I'm getting a little sick of all this capitalism and
You're quitting.
This bullshit. I'm kind of tapping out. If I was on a loan, I might be ready to tap out officially. I'm tap talking because I just feel like there's got to be more. We beyond debating how much peanut butter is the appropriate amount of peanut butter for a smoothie, we also talk a lot about working and production and not working. And we always, I feel like, have a little different perspectives on how much work is the appropriate.
Well, wait, hold on. Work. I don't want a job either.
No.
I don't want to, like, I want to do shit. I don't want to just sit around for the rest of my life. I want to be active, do shit, make shit, write shit. But I don't want to drive to a job where I get paid to be there for the day. And the reason I'm there is because I need this money to...
No, of course. And, like, there's so much... Like, that's just the nature of the cycle we live in. We can't really...
Well, isn't it funny? The human nature...
very easily. We're not designed to have, like, an escape from the system. To, like, rebel against it takes a lot of strength and determination and knowledge and personal... Like, you have to go hard to be, like, a survivalist or somebody who lives off grid. Like, it... Or
even just self-sufficient. Even as, like, own your own business and, like, run your own thing. You know, like, that's kind of more... I'm not trying to live off the grid, but I am trying to live... I'm trying to make money from the shit I do And like, it's been a hurdle. I gotta admit, like I'm really trying to crack this code. I have not, I've done pretty well in my life. I'm very happy with my life, but I'm still yet to really crack this code of how the fuck do I get income by doing the shit that I just love doing and I'm going to do anyway.
Well, good thing is you're only 33 and you still have some time to figure it out. But I guess I always brought up because I just always, like, I don't want your sweet, tender heart to, to only equate, accomplishments as like, and like it's good to have goals, ambition, which you do. You work very hard. But there's more to life than like producing something, So it's also about living in the moment.
I agree.
Gotta find that balance. Not just you gotta, but like that's so hard to find the balance of like, how can I have a job that's not soul sucking, or better yet, I love it, or I get to be self-sufficient or do exactly what I love and nothing else. Like, it's hard to balance that with the realism of needing to keep the lights on and all the things. Just like, I feel like our system's not really set up for us to win the game, feels like.
I mean, yes and no. I think at least the game I'm playing, I think it's set up for me to win. Like, there's plenty of opportunities and ways people can earn money by painting. Like, the things I do, I make music, I have this podcast, and I like writing movies, and I like to paint. People make a lot of money doing all three of those things. Like it's people do it every day.
I need to go see a hypnotist. I feel like I have just such bad money outlooks.
Yeah, Rob Dyrdek did that.
Yeah, there's just like so much scarcity mentality when it comes to me and money. I think just mainly from just not having a lot of it for a really long time.
Sure.
Being in like, I think I've even brought this up too, but like just the shock of realizing, and this is by no means disrespect to anybody that works in the restaurant industry. I always was amazed that I made more at 16 in high school as a hostess than I did after I graduated college and started teaching early childhood education. Like, I thought that was kind of sinful, that I just felt, I don't know, like, just all these wages. It just comes back to the wages. Like, I saw a video today of a group of nurses in LA protesting, and they were protesting the fact that they're understaffed and underpaid. And there was just like so many riot cops there, just like so many cops outnumbering these people, having a peaceful protest, fighting for a better wage and the reality of like the situation we live in, which is that people are hurting for money and like really treading water. Americans are like really living paycheck to paycheck for the most part, and people, I mean, it just sucks. And like the fact that this visual of like watching police just like not in solidarity with these people and really paid to be there to make sure that the status quo is maintained is just, it's getting harder and harder for me to just watch it, really.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple things there you're touching on. Like, I agree with you about that, but also like mentally, the hypnotism thing is a totally separate thing, where it's like you've sort of told yourself it's hard to get money. It's hard to make money. It's hard to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Maybe you've even told yourself, I'll never make a lot of money. I'll never be rich or something like that. And like, believing something is impossible can really hinder what you do. And like, what you're able to do. Right. It's like that, like, that's kind of what I think manifesting is, like manifestation, where the universe like listens to you and helps you. Like, I think that's total bullshit. But I think saying something over and over, money is easy. I can do this. I'm rich. I'm going to be rich.
Well, I do say that I'm rich because I do define that different. Like, to me, richness is way beyond money. So I definitely differentiate between that in my mind.
Which is great. But I just mean, like, yeah, we do tell ourselves things that like, and I'm sure I'm doing it to myself too. Like, it's like it's somewhere in my brain that it's like, it's hard to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish.
I know, it's just funny. That would be cool.
The hypnotism thing.
Yeah, I stopped biting my nails on my own, but if somebody could just, no, I mean, that's the thing though, is I don't really want to chase money. I think that's another really core part of why money doesn't flock to me, because.
Well, what if you don't have to chase money? Yeah, what if you just have to say, yeah, money's coming. Buy these earrings. I'm having so much fun. Look at all this money's coming in.
I've kind of been doing a little bit of that lately, trying to shift it here and there where I can. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely something that I developed, I think, in college, just that stereotypical paying for college and not working or barely working and just scraping by and all the things. And then, that kind of just was like most of my 20s. Mm-hmm. And then, moving across the country multiple times, like that definitely would always set me back. And I don't know. It's just that scarcity thing is definitely there.
Yeah, like the Rob Dyrdek story was really inspiring when he talked about it. Because he was like a pro skateboarder, and they were like, we're dropping you. All your shoe deals, like, they're like, you're kind of just done. And he was like, okay, like, next time you see me, you won't even recognize me. And like, he's like, I'm going to change fucking everything about me. And I would just be like embarrassed to even do that, to say that, like that I'm going to change. Cause it implies so much that like, I need to change, like that's hard for me to say. Like, I want to change. Cause like, I'm great. What's wrong? Why would I change? And so I was jealous of him when he said that on Steve's podcast. I was jealous of him to even just have the balls to say like, you're not going to recognize me next time you see me. And then, then he got hypnotized and fucking just started crushing. Like, and I don't think he works himself to the bone, I think he just has fun and does things that excites him. And it just like, he just kind of cracked the code.
I feel like I maybe should blame hip hop too, because I also fundamentally to my core believe more money, more problems. So there's that.
Biggie Smalls' fault.
It's maybe I need to talk to Biggie.
Talk to Big and get that. Well, he's got a song called Hypnotized. It's a classic.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I do. There's a part of me that's like, I think I have a lot of negative thoughts around money. And I think, I don't know. It just feels like it can bring out a lot of ugly traits in people. Like it just feels really like easy to get off balance when it comes to money.
Is it though? Or is that just something you
I said it
believe?
Feels like it. Yeah.
Because there's also like, I mean, flashiness I'm very unattracted to. Mm-hmm. When people want to like flaunt their money, tell you how much money they make, like nobody likes obviously. That. Like, but people, I mean, some people like it's their whole thing is telling everyone how much money they have and how much money they make, and like that's very ugly and very gross. Mm-hmm. And for those people, more money is more problems, because you're just going to keep telling everybody how much money you have, which means everyone's going to want some of your money, or like you're going to attract the shitty people who are like into someone who flaunts their money. Mm-hmm. But like if we had $1 million right now and we were just chilling here doing a podcast, like there's no problem. Yeah, that's great.
No.
I
know it's like with so many things, it's not inherently good or bad. It's just kind of your relationship to it that really is the thing you have to keep a grip of.
Mm-hmm. I think you're going to be awesome at being rich because you're already a very good person, like.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Like you're not spoiled by money. You don't.
He spoils me. I'm spoiled.
But like, no, I can't spoil you. You're unspoilable. Like you've been raised right. Like you already have respect for money and for work, and like you're the perfect person to get rich.
Thanks. I'm about to go through a glow up My financial portfolio.
Let's
you
glow
just
it up.
Watch.
Let's glow it up. I'm trying to glow mine up too.
Next time you see, I'll be off grid. No,
That's right.
I would want to use my money to basically just like go to full down like the hippie pathway, right? Like
get a house that's self-sustaining.
So granola. I would be more, the richer I get, the more granola I'll be. That's how you'll know. That's how you'll know for me.
You'll have dirt on your face. More dirt on the fingernails.
Right. I'll probably, yeah, I'll just be more barefoot. You'll rub off on me. I'll be barefoot more. Be real granola.
Can't wait. I can't wait. And I think you're ready for it. I think we're ready for it.
Bring it on.
You were going to say nothing?
No, I just, it's just kind of funny. It's just funny because I'm like here trying to resist this temptation in general to seek money. And now you're cheering me on as like, go for it.
No, don't seek money. Welcome money. Like, okay. Money is flowing around you.
I'm just saying that like my life, who needs it?
Well, I mean,
I don't need to be rich financially to be happy.
Exactly. So you're already happy, and then you'll be rich on top of that. I mean, we want to buy a house. We want like, it's like, it'd be cool to have like an old pickup truck and a recording studio that's like hobbies in the back and an art studio and just sit around and make art all day and not have to think about money. Mm-hmm. Not even try to think about money. Like, that's what money to me gives you.
Oh, that's the height of luxury. Yeah, and for me, it's like I think of it more of like a security thing. Again, like I'm not really happy with the game we're playing with money and status and power currently, but it's also like it is the system we live in. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be uncomfortable for the rest of my life. Like I definitely like the idea of security and that stability that it provides, Yeah.
And just like a little fun, it's like, it's nice to just fill the tank with gas and not even think about it. Mm-hmm. Or go to a really nice restaurant and just order whatever you feel like doing. And like, or like, how cool would it be to be able to help friends with like debt or something, like there's so much kind of freedom that can come with it. As long as you approach it in a healthy way. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's about seeking money. We got to get money. It's like there's money everywhere, and like there's nothing wrong with it flowing here.
You say you don't believe in this manifestation, and I feel like you're now debating the exact opposite of that. You're like trying to say that I should be summoning and inviting it to me. That is manifestation.
Yes, but it's like, there's no outside force that's listening to you that is going to change anything. The world will not change. All that's going to change is you and your attitude. That's all you can affect. But your attitude should be,
que sera,
here it comes. Yeah.
Here it comes.
Yeah, here it comes. And like, no reason I can't be, my pockets can't be getting full. Just like picture them getting full and be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's good. That adds up.
Yeah.
I work hard. I make cool shit. Of course.
Yeah, you see me in this like local denim, American made denim. That's how you know. It'll be real pure denim. Good quality denim, real nice cowgirl boots, Yeah. No, I feel like I like things and stuff a lot. I think that's another thing I have to like really curb in me and just like keep that in check because I'm a lover of things and possessions.
I think that's a human trait. We like shit.
No, not really. There's a lot of people that are like minimalists or,
All right. That's an us trait. We like shit.
We really like shit.
So you're worried if you got rich, you'd buy a bunch of shit.
Not so much that. I think I would buy things unnecessarily. I mean, that.
Some.
Yeah, I mean, that exists now. Like, I try to be mindful of consumption, but, like, there's still some dumb purchases I make along the way.
Same.
But no, I don't know. Just, like, I had never really traveled that much until we got together, for example. And, now, like, my 30s, the last few years is really the first time I'm kind of fully taking inventory of like how amazing that is to travel, and like getting that out of a theoretical space of like, oh yeah, I know traveling's so good for you, and like, you know, it's amazing, but now I can like feel it, you know. I have just the physical memories of like what it feels like to travel and go to new places, and how amazing that is, and what a privilege it is. And I think, you know, experiences, like I'm starting in this section of my life trying to focus more of like experiential things that I can enjoy and moments, where in my 20s I couldn't really wrap my head around that, because I think I was still in the height of my scarcity mindset, and like possessions and things made me feel like I had things. And so the idea of traveling at that time and like pouring money into something that was fleeting for a week or a weekend felt really frivolous.
Can't touch it. Yeah, intangible.
Yeah. So now I guess I'm just like shifting a little bit of kind of what I'm really assigning value to.
That's cool.
Trying to do that.
Good.
Because I love my knickknacks. I always will. But, you know, eventually I'll die. And, you know, what's going to happen? Somebody's got to take all of the stuff I bought at Goodwill back to Goodwill. And that's going to be a lot of trips.
Yeah, but there's also like, I have some stuff that was my grandmother's.
Sure.
And I cherish it. I love it.
Of course.
Like, our grandkids are going to have something and be like, oh man, my grandparents bought this in Italy when they were there.
Yeah.
And like, here's a photo of them in Italy. And this is like some ashtray they bought in like Spain or whatever. It's like, there is like, it's not nothing.
Right.
The things you buy and the things and plus you make shit with the shit, you know? So like, sure, you come home with like a bunch of stuff, but you're making all this art with it, you know? It's like,
yeah.
You know, or you're wearing it. Like, you know, you're a fashion icon, you know?
Oh, geez. I don't know about that. That's very generous. But that's pretty cool. Maybe to that girl, though. I told you I met a 3-year-old recently who just like stared at my shoes for a long time. And she told me she liked my shoes, and I felt seen by it. Was so cool. She was like speechless.
Yeah. Icon. I'd be speechless if I met an icon.
They were really cool platform sandals from Goodwill.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Suits.
it's
They're the ones you're wearing right now, right?
No.
Oh.
Life's a balance, I guess.
It is. All right. Well, great. A little solo episode, you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Hopefully our bickering wasn't, too bad here.
You know, some guests, I won't name them, but I've heard through the grapevine that they were like, yeah, the like they'll tell someone else like, yeah, the podcast was fun, but then Paul and Christine like got in a fight. And it's like, or like people...
I mean, it has happened. I wouldn't say...
I never feel like we're in a fight. It's like...
But we get heated. But yeah.
But do we? You know, like we've, arguing about like, you know, you giving me shit for like thinking being famous would be fun.
Sure, that got a little tense.
But like, I didn't feel tense, you know? But like...
But maybe I did.
So we've been fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been fighting. I didn't even know. I was in the fight.
See what I'm dealing with? He doesn't even notice. No, I mean, yeah, I think things have gotten heated before. I'm not always good at, not reacting emotionally to things that I feel passionate about. So sometimes I get a little righteous, and I don't mean to, but that's kind of my anxiety that creeps in sometimes. But yeah, in terms of that, it's just a natural consequence for having a podcast that's hosted by a couple.
Yeah.
And we don't have to agree all the time.
We shouldn't. It'd be boring
if
we did.
We mustn't.
We can't.
We shan't.
We won't.
We will not. Or maybe we will.
Find out next time on the Elk Lodge podcast. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening. We love you guys. We love doing this show. And episode 87. There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Although, why did I say cheers? I don't have a drink.
We ain't got shit. All we have is this balsamic vinegar here. Good on pizza. All right. Good night, everybody.